Yo, what's up? What's up, Jordan? How you doing, buddy? What band set? Right out of the gate, eh? With the questions. Look at that. I'd like to know exactly what you mean by which band set I would use. Huh. What's up, Chuckin? What's up, my man? I guess my bands that I would use on a regular, I have changed my setup a little bit. I am going more towards, I guess, quarter inch steel. So things have changed for me a little bit. I will be shooting a lighter setup. I was shooting a 0.5 before, or 0.45 Omega slings. It seems for now I'm switching it up to go to quarter inch steel, so I will be shooting some lighter bands, even probably around quarter inch. But for 8mm steel, I would use 0.45 or 0.5 bands. That would work just fine. I got a little, one of my half natties in here. I got to get this guy finished up. This one's going to replace one that I had lost in the mail, unfortunately. And I'm just getting this last, or its first coats of the crazy glue on there. I don't have any of the really thin stuff. I know all my thin stuff is gone now. It's all finished. So I'm working on this one here. See if we can get it all nice and covered up everywhere, or just about everywhere. And we'll see how she looks. Should be pretty decent once we get it completed and kind of all gooped up nicely. Yeah, I don't think this vise is gonna work out for this. Yeah, so that's the one we're working on. This is one that I had made, but had sent out to the UK, and the Royal Mail lost it, which is a royal pain in the ass, unfortunately. Just got to make sure I don't stay in one spot too long, otherwise I end up sticking pretty bad. Yeah, and as for the band question that we just got, I would shoot Omega slings, electric white, or the Olympus Green 0.45, which was my 8mm setup. And those two bands are pretty good for 8mm steel, and also I taper them from 22 to 14 for 8mm steel. With the quarter inch that I'm shooting now, I taper from 18 to 12, and that seems to do a pretty decent job. What am I doing? I've got a slingshot here that I've made, and I want to finish it up. So basically what I do is I'm going to give it a nice covering with some crazy glue all over, multiple coats, and then I'm going to sand it on down, and I'm going to sand it down really nice and hit it with a buffing wheel, and it's going to shine like you've never seen before. It really brings out the color of the wood and everything inside there. It's going to be pretty nice actually when this is done. I just got to give it a good cleaning, a good sanding down, get it good and covered everywhere, nice and even. And then I'll start hitting it with the 600 grit, and just slowly, ever slowly, just take it down smaller and smaller until you don't see any kind of raised bits anymore. So when you're just gently sanding on it, you'll see the yeah, when you'll see these little white spots pop up, and You have like white spots that pop up, which is the high spots that you're sanding off, and you got the clear spots. So when you kind of get it down to where everything is kind of white, that means you know you've sanded everything down even. And you just don't want to go too far to where you've sanded beyond the coating. That's the one thing you don't want to do is pass the coating. You want to make sure you keep some of that on. So when you've sanded it down with a really fine sandpaper, you can hit it with a buffing wheel after, and it'll come out absolutely beautiful. Butler, what's happening, man? Hoggy, my man, what's going on? Yeah, it kind of pissed me off because that one that I had sold was pretty much like a one of. It was all reclaimed old barnwood, and I can't get any more of that. I know I've talked about this so many times, guys. I apologize. I know you guys have heard me talk about that a bunch of times already, so I'll leave the story at this point. But I'm hoping that that other one will show up at its destination, even though this one's still going out there. But if you know, if it does arrive at the destination, I'm not going to have the guy send it back to me. I'm just going to tell him to give it to a kid or something, or a bud, kid or a buddy. It's fine. Yo, what's up, Leon? Sonora and Slinger. Just got here. What are you making there, bubs? Well, I got this guy here. I'm just finishing up. A little half natty with a micarta core. This is actually a replacement. I know I just got through all this, but this is actually a replacement for one that got lost in the mail. I gotta kind of get her all complete and cleaned up. I'm just gonna give it a good couple of coatings of this crazy glue here, and then I'm going to let it dry. I really let it cure for quite a long time before I start sanding it. But I got some others that I'm in the works for now, and yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess. Just trying to get a little bit of work done here today, and just get closer to a bunch of finished products. I mean, even now, I'm still trying to figure out the whole shipping thing from Canada. It seems they've got like an intermittent strike going on, so some days they're working, some days they're not. When you're trying to ship something, you never really know where you're kind of at. If it's if it's going, say, from Canada to Ontario, and then Ontario to like British Columbia or something, you never really know where your package is. Like, it'll go there, and then it'll sit in a truck somewhere in a parking lot for like weeks before they decide to get back to it. So I don't know what the deal is or how long it's going to take for them to get back on track, but once they do, I'll start shipping shit out again. But in the meantime, I got a couple of nice ones that I got to finish up, and hopefully they turn out decent. They were decent enough. Cousin Vinny and Hoggy, yep, some good dudes right there. I was out testing out some bands this morning. I made a little short. I'll be releasing that a little bit later today. It's I realized that quite a while back I bought some 0.4. I bought some 0.4 Self-Wheels caddies off of the Omega Slings website, and at first, my first time trying it, I was kind of like, man, this is kind of light, but I was shooting 8mm steel, and it was a little bit light for 8mm. But I tried it again today. I figured, shit, you know what? I've got some of that lying around. I might as well just use it, and I got to clean up a lot of my bands that I've got going on anyway, like the Precise 0.4. I got to work on that a little bit. I got the Precise 0.4. I've got some 0.45 BSB I want to use up. I've got some I got a bunch of Omega slings, but that's fine. I'm saving those. That's my go-to band there. So I'm gonna wait for a bit for those. I'm gonna get through all my old stuff. I got some .5 sniper sling. I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff kind of just kicking around that I gotta get through. It's not really worth. It's not really worth. Just shipping it out to somebody. Maybe I'll throw one in a package for a frame. If somebody buys one, I'll put it into a package with a frame and just send some of those to somebody. But I'm just trying to clear up my elastic. I got a bunch of stuff just lying around here, and it's getting a little ridiculous. So I figure I'll use up all that and then just have my the elastic that I want to use on the regular, just kicking it around the house. I've got a bunch of Slingshot too. I've got a roll of 0.6. I got a 0.4, 0.45. I think it's or maybe it's a 0.5 and 0.45. I think it might be. Yeah, that might be it. But the 0.5 was a little heavy. The 0.45 is decent. Bushwalker, what's happening, man? Yeah, so this guy is getting coated pretty nice. I don't think we've missed any spots at all. I want to get it on there nice and thick, so when I sand it down, I can actually remove quite a bit of it and still make it nice and shiny. Yeah, so after I get this thing good and coated and I put it aside to dry up, I've got some 4 clip frames in the works that I gotta kind of finish up. I got there'll be 2 I gotta take to the post office soon. This will be one of them, and I got another 2 actually. One that's going to a buddy of mine, but I wasn't able to get it out to him on time, so I'm gonna have to deliver it right directly to his place. But that's okay. I'll be hitting him up for his information tomorrow or tonight. Thunder Punch, what's happening? Yeah, these nitro gloves that I've got on here are actually quite a bit better than the last ones I was using for this. The last time I was using the last gloves I was using for these were causing me all kinds of trouble. They were actually sticking so bad that they would rip off and get stuck on the frame, and I'd have little pieces of goop and frame to deal with. All right, I'm just going to hold on to that and chat with you guys for a bit. Let that dry up, and we'll hang it somewhere. Oh, maybe I could hang it on that nail right there now. Yeah, let this dry until tomorrow, and we'll get to work on the other ones. No, I haven't tried his latex yet. Not yet. But I will eventually. There's just a lot going on. Maybe I'll just that's kind of dirty. That's probably gonna get tossed out, actually. Probably the best bet. Let's take this one off. This is what we'll do. There we go. Get rid of these things now. So I got 4 in the works. I got a black, orange, and aluminum core. This thing is a little bit on the chunky side, but man, does it feel good in my hand. And I've got silver pins. It should match the aluminum core. that one. It's kind of a thin one. And I got this one. It's going to be a white frame. My first white frame ever. We'll see how this turns out. Black liners, aluminum core. This one too, it actually feels pretty good. And I got another one. Another chunky red and black one. I put carbon pins in this one. It's going to be aluminum core. I'm actually thinking of I've got the black what do you call them? Rib nuts in this one. I'm actually kind of thinking about maybe even keeping this one. if I'm being completely honest, I freaking love this one. It feels really good in my hand already. But you can see here, I've got the corner on it. I'm gonna try to do something a little bit different with these four. I usually, let's see if I have, yeah, I got that on me. So this is the one I normally shoot, and you can see the corners are kind of rounded off, and I did put them through the router. These ones, I'm going to try to do something a little different. I'm going to find a little doohickey of some kind. Yeah, that one will be turning into a target. I'm going to find some little doohickey of some kind where I can just either wrap up the sandpaper, and I'm just going to kind of slowly work at the corners and get the corner all the way around, just kind of beveled slightly. Chunky's Wondermiss. Yeah, I agree. Oh, happy birthday. There we go. Let's get all messages going. Yeah, so I was out with Benny this morning, just out having a little bit of fun shooting the 1/4 inch. Sorry, the 0.4. The 0.4 bands from oh my god, my brain's not working. Thanks, Mark. I'm turning 14. Oh, just 14. Holy smokes. Congratulations, man. There we go. Let's see what kind of sandpaper we got going on here. Ooh, 2500. Might be a little bit high to start off with. That's for sure. Where did my... over there. All right, give me 1 second. Now, doing all this, I'm going to be needing some water if I'm going to be able to talk with you. I don't want to have to choke on all the poop. All the poop flying around in the air. That's no good. Where did that thing go? Hold on, I want to move you out of the way just for a quick second. Got to get in that corner here. There it is. If we're going to be doing a little bit of wet sanding, we're going to need some wet. So, got the hose kind of filling up some water here. There we go. That's pretty good. I know it looks like an absolute shit show back there, but I'm actually slowly but surely getting that garage under control. We can only throw out so much garbage, so I kind of have to slowly but surely just chip away at the garbage. And as I'm tossing this stuff out, that's the one I'm looking for. As I'm tossing this stuff out, I'm getting more and more room. I have a wee bike. Oh, cool. Good day, everybody. Peace of Slingshots. How you doing? So it was pretty fun. We I don't even know if I should start with this, actually. I think I already got it with 400. We'll give it a try and see what happens. It was a decent little shooting session I had this morning. I was thinking about doing a live and chatting with you guys, but then I was like, ah, fuck. You know what? I think I'm just going to get into the garage and get into the shop and do a little bit of work that way. It'd probably be the best bet. We can do a little bit of chatting here while I'm kind of sanding away, and it'll give you guys an idea of what's going to be available in the next couple of days. I've had a couple of people reach out and ask me if I take any special orders and everything, and I keep having to explain that I'm not really doing that. I'm just gonna make what I make, and if people want them, they can buy them. If not, then I don't know. I guess I'll just put them up for sale on eBay or some kind of shit like that, and eventually somebody will get one, and I'll be able to get rid of it. If that's the case, or maybe make an Etsy shop or something. We have any Etsy people in the chat that sell their stuff on Etsy or anything like that, or those kind of places anyway? I have heard that Etsy could be a little tricky sometimes. They take a nice chunk of your fuck, that's really gonna be nice, man. It's gonna really be nice. Yo, Al's in the house. King of New Jersey. What's up, buddy? Yeah, I got these, I don't know if they call them soft grips or whatever it is for your vise. I don't know if you guys can see it from over there. Maybe I can back this up a little bit, and you can see some of the action, maybe. I don't know. There we go. That's not so bad. See a lot of the fucking mess, but whatever. It's my garage. Yeah, so last week I ended up getting in here and going through all my old ice fishing stuff. Got my sled sorted out with a new sled. My old sled had holes in the bottom, and it was all shredded and torn up. I had a bunch of Flex Seal actually inside. Actually, I wouldn't mind adding a little bit of soap to that. I had a little bit of Flex Seal kind of holding everything together. And anyway, it wasn't the prettiest thing, but it did keep the snow and a lot of the water out of the bottom of my sled. But I had four giant holes in there at the end of last season, and no matter how much patching I tried to do, it just would not work out. So it was time to get a new sled. So since I got the new sled, I decided that it was time to get a new shelter too. So I got a new tent that I'll be showing people at some point. We've got a new tent going, which is pretty cool. So the shelter is going to be bigger, can hold more people, and it'll definitely be more comfortable and more fun for when we're out there. We'll be able to cook and do all kinds of things. What's up, Ron? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, my next thing is since I cleaned up this corner that was over here, I've got some gear here still, but it's not so bad. I've got I want to come over here and take care of all this shit. It's on my bench. Get that kind of all taken out, and then we'll get that garbage can as filled up as much as possible, and then once that's all taken care of, we'll have to wait until the week after. Then I'm going to clean out another section, and we've got they stopped taking like large items around here now, so I have to get them to the dump myself instead of just leaving them at the side of the road where the guy would come by and pick them up. So I've got some old tires from old cars and a bunch of shit that's just in here that I gotta get rid of. So once that's all taken care of, the plan is going to be to actually back the shop up over there close to the window so I get a little bit more light in here. And once that's taken care of, I'll slowly but surely start getting everything kind of settled and dialed in, and then I'll be able to make a lot more. Got a little Avro going here, Caitlin. I got 4 of them actually. I'm just trying to get some of the sanding done here today. Oh, you ready here, Joseph? Take it easy, man. Yeah, it was pretty interesting. We got quite a few shots this morning on really small targets. I was actually tearing it up out on the range this morning, shooting and playing ball with Benny. I figured I was good and halfway through that I would, or halfway through the warm up of my dog, and I figured it was time to. Just get a little short going. Figured it might be fun. So tomorrow I'm going to be doing a live shoot. I may be poking around, see if we can get a guest on tomorrow. It'll be fun. It's much more fun to shoot with other people than it is to shoot by yourself and just chat. I guess kind of gets. I think it might get a little bit boring for you viewers. I gotta say though, these aluminum core frames, I absolutely love mine. It's like fucking incredible. Shoots so nice for me, and I don't know. I like the little bit of extra weight it gives you. That part of it's pretty nice. Gives you some nice chunky weight. It's a little bit hard to work with, I guess. I mean, it can be. Like the drilling and stuff, when you're drilling through the multiple layers, like some of the drill bits work better in metals. Some of them work better in composites and stuff, which this thing is made out of. So it can be a little bit nerve-wracking when you're drilling these things, because sometimes the steel will heat up, and aluminum isn't really forgiving on cutting tools either. It tends to bunch up and get hot easily. So it can get a little bit tricky from time to time. Okay, this is the part where I want to just be careful and get some kind of sanding block or something like that on there, so I could just really work that corner. Maybe I used to have a pretty cool round pipe thing I used to use for a lot of my sanding needs. I just don't know where I put it. Maybe we could just use a Sharpie. Let's see. I like the chest hair flow. Yeah, I'm going. I'm going. I got my. I'm going a little bit wild here. Showing my wild side. Figured it was time to go full gorilla out here and to show. You know, I am part Sasquatch. It's true. Not quite as much as Leon, but I am part. Ah, there it is. Yes. If I was rocking just a mustache, I would be rocking that 70s porn star vibe. Yeah, that's gonna work out good. That's gonna work out good. Get this more down to the end. Yeah, just take that edge off just a little bit. It makes a big difference. Maybe a little bit more, a little bit deeper, I think, but should be pretty cool. I got a roll precise cyan 0.4 yesterday, and it's crazy how light the draw is on that stuff. Oh, I'm telling you, buddy, the cyan 0.4 is beautiful elastic. It's beautiful elastic. I've tried 0.4, Southwell's Caddies 0.4, Sniper Sling 0.4, and what's the other one? Is there another one? Southwell's Caddies 0.4, Sniper Sling, Precise Cyan, and Simple Shot is the other one that I've been messing around with. So far out of the 0.4s, I think the cyan's my favorite. I only got a tiny little bit of it. The only issue I have with the cyan is that the bands don't really seem to last that long. I mean, they're not bad. The 0.4 I find was better than the 0.45, but they're not. It's not like shooting Omega Slings or Simple Shot. The Simple Shot 0.4, I was a little bit disappointed with. I found I wasn't getting the life that I know I usually get out of Simple Shot bands, which was a little bit disappointing in that case. But the performance of them, the draw weight was a little bit heavier than the cyan, but it still shot very nice. So far that's pretty good. I tried the 0.4. Fuck my words, man. They're just fucking gone. I tried the 0.4 Southwell's Caddies today. Got a good 200 shots through them. And the bands are still going, which is a very good sign. And the performance is pretty good. They're probably not the fastest out of the group, but the draw weight's absolutely butter. Really nice. Really nice draw weight. Light. Decently fast. And so far the longevity is pretty damn good. I'm a good 200 shots in, and the bands are still looking fantastic. Actually, I can give you a look at them. Look at that. No nips, nicks, chips, stuff, scuffs or scratches, nothing at all. And it's kind of weird. The for the simple shot that I was getting little pinholes going down the center of the bands, and it's like kind of strange. I thought maybe it was hitting something on my frame, so I went over and I did a good check on it, and I had no problems with the frame at all. So I don't know. It might be some kind of issue with the roll I got. I'm looking to kind of mix things up just a little bit, see if I can get the see if I can get like a new cutting template, not template, cutting pad. My cutting pad is getting old, and I'm pretty sure, I'm like 100% sure that that's not what's causing the issue with the simple shot. I think it's just something in the elastic at this point, but it's pretty good, pretty decent, pretty fast, just a little bit heavy, and a little bit, the longevity could use a little bit of work, but I will be doing some more testing with those and seeing how they stack up and how they shoot. I've been shooting the pink a lot lately. The pink, what kind of pink? Which brand? Is Sunki? All right, that. Yeah, we've been watching this TV show called Shrinking at home. This last week, there's only been 2 episodes, but or two seasons. But my wife and I really got hooked pretty quick. We just finished up the last season last night. There's another season coming though, apparently. But anybody been watching that show, Shrinking? Pretty fucking good, man. Oh, Weston's got some pink. Oh, I didn't know he had a pink one. I thought it was just purple. That feels pretty good. Let's see what we got here. How's that feeling? Oh, that feels good. That feels real good. I've been on a short draw with 8mm steel and .5 latex. Love the smack it makes on spinners. Oh man, tell me about it. Can I have that? I don't think so. Yeah, this one I think I'll be keeping. I've been looking at some of the some of the style, or how Prime Fork does some of his slingshots. He does an interesting, on the front end. He tends to, I guess not on all the models, but on a bunch of them, he tends to keep the front end, or the front face of it, relatively flat. And he just kind of rounds out that corner just to make it comfortable enough in the fingers and the hands. And I don't know, man. I think this is going to be pretty damn cool. I still got to put a... oh, fuck, yeah. I forgot to do the fucking maker's marks on these. Shit. I still haven't received my maker's marks either. That's the shit thing. Maybe that's about as far as I'll go for now then. Maybe I'll just do the sides and the back, because the maker's mark only goes in the front. Yeah, let's do that. I'll drill those and get those set up. What the fuck's my 600? Oh well, whatever. We'll use 1,000. That'll be fine. Scorgan Slingshots, what's up, man? Yeah, so I got 4 of these little bad boys going, and I figured we'll just kind of get them sanded up just a little bit. I got some 1,000 grit on here, so I started off with some 400, and it seems to be sanding really, really nice. So I got a lot of the work done on the spindle sander. When I was just kind of cleaning them up that first go, I went right up to 400 grit on that thing, on the spindle sander, kind of got it all cleaned up. So there wasn't any real big gouges or anything I had to remove. So the sanding part of it should go pretty quick this time. And I kept the front and the back kind of covered and clean. So there was going to be far less sanding I would need to do on the front face and the back face, because they were covered with tape to try to protect them from any kind of glue buildup, or any kind of scuffs or scratches or anything that they may accumulate just from, just being worked in the shop and getting moved around and tossed around a little bit. So this it's a little trick or tip that I'm trying to figure out some things to make this whole process go a little bit quicker and easier. And this seems to be the way, is having the cleanup reduced as much as possible by basically by using clean practices, having the sandpaper and having the tape covering all the faces on the frame, so when you're gluing things together, it doesn't get all nasty inside and doesn't get covered in glue, and should reduce the chance of glue marks and all of that stuff. Nice, I just got done with a can chase. Now chilling before work tonight. Oh, nice. That's always sweet. Yeah, I was out doing a little bit of target shooting this morning, having a little bit of fun with the pup. The pup was outside, and you're just I was throwing the ball for him, and I was shooting targets again, having some fun, and got some good shots done. Filmed the short, which I'll probably be releasing right after I'm all done here, and get that kind of pumped out. And then tomorrow tomorrow I've got the Sunday morning coffee with ATO, and I'm going to try to do I'm going to try to film a video as well at the same time, and then hopefully get out in time and get some things into the fucking into the mail, or not the mail, but UPS. It kind of sucks. They got this new thing that they're doing here. They make you download this fucking app, so you have to pay taxes before you ship something anywhere. First, before. It's kind of screwy. I don't know if it's a way that they're dealing with all this, all the tariffs and shit, or if it's just some fucking cash grab from our government. It's hard to tell these days. Everything is such a shit show. So. Yeah, man, this is looking fucking great. I'm going to open up that garage door and I'll give you a look. Get some light in here. Yeah, we'll have to sand this down just a little bit more, and then we'll let it dry and see where we're at. I think I don't think there's that much to do, to be honest, but yeah, it looks pretty good. All right, I think I'll let this one dry for a bit, and then we'll come back and take a look at this a little bit later, but I'm very happy with the way this thing turned out. I went away from actually putting in the tubes in the bottom, just left that as a pin. But yeah, this is going to be nice. It's going to be nice, and I think when you put on the black caps, it's going to make everything pop really nice. Yeah, so we'll let that guy dry out, and we'll start with the next one. Should we do the black and orange, chunky black and orange first, the white, or the other red? You guys call it. I'm dreading work later. Yeah, me too, man. I'm always dreading work. Although I have to say, we got a new manager at our place, and I really actually like him. He's a good guy. Seems to be a good guy. He's fair. He seems to know his shit, which is kind of nice. The black. All right, black it is. Black's already in the vise. Oh man, that didn't tear right at all. Oh. What am I making? Field General? TCT? Did I get that right? CTC? I'm making a Slingshot. I've got 4 of them actually in the works. This is the first one. We just did some sanding on. Looking pretty decent. I've got 3 others. This one here is a black, orange, and aluminum core, but it seems to have some kind of fucked up weird mark on it. Hopefully that'll sand out. We'll find out, I guess. It seems to be sanding out. Like a blue mark, or yeah, it's sanding out. So okay, I'm not too worried about it. When you get the aluminum sanded out and polished, it looks fucking fantastic, man. It looks really good when it's all polished up. And the orange and the black, if I can find a way to keep that clean. Sometimes when you put it on the buffing wheel kind of picks up the aluminum powder. It kind of darkens everything up, and then it'll stain the lighter colored G10s. I'm hoping to avoid that, or at least keep it clean somewhat. Sometimes you can get the magic erasers on them, and that'll actually clean them up pretty decently. So we'll see how that works out, but. It's kind of funny though. I was kind of all down for the really, really thin Avros, but I actually find I shoot the thicker ones better. Kind of weird. I was kind of shooting and digging some smaller frames or thinner frames for a while, and I've kind of slowly but surely went away from that, and I'm going back to these chunkier ones that are around that 12 to 14 millimeter stick. I find I'm doing better shooting with those. I gotta get rid of that. It's fucking pissing me off. U.S. shipping from Canada sucks right now. Oh, tell me about it, buddy. Aluminum can trigger huge tariffs too, unless you could prove where it was missmelted. Oh, fuck, really? Yeah, I think the tariffs on aluminum are like 35% or something like that. I'll get my ATO sling one day. Well, whenever you're ready there, Scruffy Nerd, you let me know, bro. Alright, let's get a turn going. Yeah, so I don't know if some of you guys have been following following the lives for the last little while. I had a moderator that used to watch my channel named Marcus Daimler, and he just kind of vanished one day. He was on like every Sunday morning coffee, dropping lines like "Don't be a bum, hit that thumb" and all that stuff. He was a really, really good dude. I used to work with him actually in real life, and he just kind of vanished on here, man. Like, I don't know what happened. He went away. He went away for a little while. And he came back with a new handle. Said he had to change his handle for some reason. And I remade him as a moderator. And everything was good. I mean, he knew a lot of personal stuff. So I was 100% sure it was him. But he came around for another couple of weeks. And then fucking vanished again. I don't know what the fuck happened. And I had a buddy of mine at work who had his phone number, and we tried phoning him, and his phone has been disconnected too. So it's like, fuck, I don't know what's happening, man. I'm a little bit nervous. He was a really good guy, but I don't know what the fuck happened, and I'm hoping he's okay. Just trying to find out if he's good or not, I know he got hit by a car driving his bike a while back, and that's when he started popping in on the lives. And broke both of his legs, had to go for surgery and shit. But I'm hoping he's good. I know it's really hard around here to find jobs, so I'm hoping he's still got a job, and that's why he's missing in action. Is he's got a job and he's just very busy. He doesn't have time. Hoping that's the case. This thing's got a good wobble going. I don't want it to fall on my foot. That would suck so bad. Yeah. I've been on a bunch of lives, but I just changed my name. I did exactly that with Scott Lennon before. Oh, yeah, I remember you. But I wanted to rep my biz. Good. Keep repping, man. That's what it's all about. This has to be the worst. The worst part about making slingshots, though, is the fucking sanding just sucks so bad. It's just bad. There's no fun in it. That's why I like to come out here with my chest hair popping and chatting with you guys while I'm out here grinding away at the sanding, because it just takes away some of the monotony. Usually, if I'm not doing this on a live or something like that, I'll be rocking the the Rogan podcast or the Diary of a CEO or Theo Vaughn. Listen to those guys chatting, bullshitting. It's fun. But I much prefer to be out here hanging with you guys. Now I just have to post some vids. Hey Scott, do you want to do a co-live tomorrow morning? We can get out here and do a little bit of shooting, and you can show off some of your work if you have anything available to shoot. This past weekend with Theo Vaughn is the best podcast. I haven't seen that one yet, Steve. I'll have to tune in. I was gonna be usually I listen to these podcasts when I'm going back and forth to work in the morning, because it's an hour in both directions, or an hour minimum really in both directions. So I pop on the podcast just to get a little listen going, because I actually prefer to listen to the podcast than the radio. The fucking radio sucks out here, man. Today's music too. A lot of the music that's out there is so cookie cutter, it's ridiculous. So I'm mostly listening to classic rock or kind of traditional reggae sometimes. Just prefer that music. I'll do you after this. Okay, cool, man. We can do a little co-live. We'll do Sunday morning coffee with ATO and Scorpion slingshots, and we'll do a little bit of slinging and chatting. It'll be fun. Taking music out of schools didn't help. No, it definitely doesn't. But it's also kind of shit too, because the it's like industry that has captured it, and a lot of these artists don't really have control over the music they're making. You got some dipshit in a tie saying what's going to be a hit and what's not going to be a hit, and everything kind of sounds the same, which kind of sucks. But I think every now and then you get a special band that'll come out and with something that's more original, I guess. It's kind of nice. They got their own sound. Like when Muse came out, I was kind of surprised at how good Muse was when they came out. They had really cool songs, something very different. But that's a big problem I find with the music industry these days. It's not the artists dictating what they're going to release. It's the record companies. And I think all these guys that are, I thought I was gonna be able to get a bubble out of it. I sound like my grandpa when I was younger. Yeah, I know, man. It happens to all of us, though, dude. Yep. Age comes for us all. I'm gonna get that thing out and just take back that corner a little bit. I like watching Rick Beto talk about how AI is influencing music nowadays. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. Some of those AI songs are just fucking bonkers how good they are. Some of the I listened to one the other day too. It was another one about one of 50 Cent songs, and they use 50 Cent's lyrics and use it in like a 1950 soul song. It was fucking incredible. Like shockingly good. It was. I was a little bit baffled, really, even. No, I didn't see the reggae one. I saw the other one. There was a soul song where they did a 50 Cent song. Actually, there's two of them. One of them is a soul song, and the other one is a an R&B maybe song, or I can't remember what the other one was. What genre of music it was supposed to be, but it was great to listen to, though. It was like fucking shocking. AI is scary as fuck, if you ask me. But whatever. I'm just an old guy who likes to fuck around in his garage making shit. You know, having AI coming out and putting out songs that are better than most of what the of today's actual artists are putting out. And you know, and it's oh yeah, that's fucking good, man. I like that. Yeah, I always say thank you. That's a good tip. I'm gonna start doing the same thing. I wonder if there's like a router bit that'll take it down to like 1/16th. I wonder if there's something like that out there. It would be interesting to try out, see how it works. Is that the last of my 4-inch? Like 400? I think it is. All right, let's try this just to wrap up that last corner. Bad. Yep, that's good. It's not even wet, dry sandpaper, and it's fucking working great. Any of you guys watching The Witcher? Supposed to be a new season starting soon. Yep, yep, that feels fucking good too. All right, let's get into 1,000 grit on there. What do we got here? That's not worth 400. Oh, there's the 600 I was looking for. Maybe we'll do a little bit of that first before we switch to 1,000. Waiting for next. Yeah, me too, man. I can't wait. I fucking really like that show, man. It's good, but it's got a new guy though. Was it Henry Cavill or whatever his name was? He's not going to be doing it this season. It's going to be some new guy. That's what I'm hearing. One of the Thor's brother, I think it is. It's going to be him doing it. Well, we'll see if it's good. What is the material used for this design? I am using G10. G10 and an aluminum core. NJP, I got a question for you. You live out in the UK? Yeah, that's feeling pretty good. Rodney Crane, beautiful. Well, thank you. Huh. Got a little bit of a weird spot on this one. Everything kind of levels out nice, but I could feel a little bit of a transition there, and that's going to bug me. I can't let that go. All right, let's see what I can do here. See if there's something I can do to fix that up. This, let's see. We can clean this off. A little bit of nice little piece of copper here. Give this a good wrap up. All right, there we go. Subtle BB Duck reference mark there. I caught that. Yeah, I know. I know. I know. Ever since that fucking bullshit fucking documentary came out, we got a lot of people that are popping in and chatting like we're all just a bunch of fucking murderers now, which is kind of funny. It's kind of sad that there's so many fucking sheep out there and they don't really do any kind of investigating. They just follow everything to a fucking T about what the news says, and they haven't caught on that the news is full of shit yet. And yeah, there are some people out there shooting birds, but it's little shithead kids. That's all it is. Nothing. A little better. Yep. Definitely a little better. I'm just curious though, for all you guys that watched that documentary, did you just find it suspicious that everybody that was on that little docuseries just refused to show their face and they're all hiding behind fucking hoods and masks? You see, Scruffy Nerd, that's the problem, is that problem is not going to resolve because you got a bunch of those fucking purple-haired fucking retards with their fucking earrings in their face whining and bitching about it. And they're not going to let anything go until they fucking win. And that's going to be the fucking problem. You know, there's so many bigger fucking issues out there than people just shooting slingshots and enjoying themselves, going to tournaments and having fun and all that. But a couple of kids out there doing stupid shit, and the whole world's gonna come to a fucking end if these fucking asshats don't stop it. Just like all the constant fucking protests about everything, you know, the whining and bitching about everything, you know, the stopping of traffic and, you know, whining when people lose their shit and drive them over. You know, it's like, you know, you disrupt people's lives all the fucking time to follow your ideology, and everyone else is a fucking fascist when shit goes bad, right? So it's funny how that works out. You have to behave everything that I say in the way that I want, but you're the fascist. So fucked. I watched The Witcher. Yeah, buddy. The Witcher is amazing. I can't wait till that comes out. It's crazy anymore. Yeah, I know, buddy. I know. I think the worst part about it all is I never really gave a shit about any or all of this crap until it started being force-fed down my throat, and now I'm just fucking a miserable old bastard when it comes to it. People start with their stuff. It's just like, nope. See you later. I don't know. We even had somebody, a supplier, contact me, and right in the beginning of her email to me was, "Oh, how are you? My name is Mary. We'll call her. My name is Mary. My pronouns are this," and I just deleted it. Nope. See you later. Not interested. Not listening to that shit. I can't wait. I can't wait for The Witcher though, for that season to come out. I think it's at the end of the month, right? February 28th or February. Ooh, I'm living in the past. October 28th, I think, or October 24th or 28th. I don't remember. It's like any time now where it comes out. That's gonna look pretty fucking good too. Got a little bit of darkness in there. Got to sand that one out, but I think I could probably get it out with a magic eraser. That side's looking pretty good. The last sand inside there can use a little bit more work, I think. Or no, it's pretty close. A technical question: can the Wasp Enzo clips be used for Wasp Exo Slingshot? I don't know. Anybody in the chat have an answer for that one? I've got the EXO and I've got the Enzo. I've just never tried switching the clips though. New guy better not drop the ball in this season until it's until it's the final season. I hope not. That's why I have a little bit of a problem with Netflix. There's so many of those fucking shows, man, that I was watching. Like, any of you guys watch Marco Polo? Marco Polo was an amazing show. Fucking amazing. I absolutely love that show. And they got to the second season and they're like, oh man, this costs way too much. We're going to have to cancel it. But the worst thing is that there's no promotion at all about these shows. So anybody who's like just deciding, oh, I'm going to check it out and see how it works, or how this show works. I just stumbled across it because it said that, because you like this show, you might like Marco Polo. And I checked out Marco Polo. And I was like, fuck, this show's amazing. I watched the 2 seasons that they released. And then I'm like waiting for the 3rd season to come out. And they fucking canceled the show. There was another one too I was watching. Was it something in Bones? It kind of looked like a Scale and Bone, or fuck, I can't remember the name of the other show, but that show was fucking great too, and they just didn't get enough traction and they canceled it. But you wouldn't even know the show existed unless somebody told you about it, which kind of sucks. Netflix keeps getting rid of the good shows and keeps what no one was watching. Yeah, I know. Netflix is a shit company? Yeah, probably. Can G10 be used as bow backing, or is it too rigid? I don't know. I don't know where you would get G10 that long. I mean, you could probably use like here's a little thin piece right here. See if I can get this out. Here's a thin little piece. You can put a good flex on that. That's more than a bow would ever bend. Okay. I don't know if it would be a good backing or not, or how long it would take to start delaminating. I subscribed. I really love the videos. Oh, well, thanks, man. I'm from India. How you doing? Alan Mark Slingshots. Shadow and Bone. That's the one I'm looking for. Yeah, that show was great, man. I fucking love that show. And I was really looking forward to that. And also, Prime got rid of Wheel of Time, which is another one that I liked. Alan Mark Slingshots, our company. Very cool, man. You guys just a couple of buds making slings? Alright, I think that one's pretty good. Should I go up to 1,000 on this one? Yeah, let's do that. Yo, what's up, Chad? How you doing, buddy? Let's go right up to 1,000. Where's 1,000 at? That's the 400. That's the 600. There's 1,000. I am your ardent fan and I'll watch all of your videos. Oh, well, thanks. Mr. Z's in the house. Totally forgot I brought out my water here. I hadn't drank any water in like hours. That'll help the old throat getting dry. Yeah, the 1,000 grit does a nice job kind of taking it from that you can still see scratches to where it all kind of just looks like smudges on the aluminum, which is kind of cool. Get most of this work done on the sides, front and back, and then I guess maybe tomorrow I'll get those maker's marks put in. I gotta cut a couple of biscuits out and get those guys settled and ready to be put inside, and then I can just sand down that last just sand it down at the end, the front and back. Hit it with a little bit of that 1200, just to really make it pop, and then we'll call that good, pretty much. Fuck, I don't know how I did that. It's kind of crazy, actually. I'll tell you what though, getting these soft grips makes a big difference. I would like to gift you one of my models of Slingshot manufactured by our company in India. Oh, very cool. You're out of here, Joseph. Take it easy, bud. I use 1500 grit on natties. Yeah. I've been trying to see what would be the best, the best sizes to kind of work up to. I find going from 400 to 1,000 isn't that much of a stretch, and it works out pretty good. I just find the 1,000, after 1,000, I think I might just skip the 2,500. I might go to 1,500 or maybe 2,000 and 3,000. I think for some of them. I know when you're doing like a natty or whatever, they really, really pop in the sun when you get them like they really, really pop in the sun when you get them really sand down. They almost looks like it almost looks like kind of like glass looking through the wood after. It's pretty cool. I shoot short draw. Yep, short draws. I'm a short draw shooter myself. It was pretty nice to get some shots in today. having a little bit of fun with the pup and the Avro this morning, trying out that South Wales Caddies .4. I'm very surprised so far, man. We're definitely 200 shots in, 200 shots plus, and those bands are holding up real nice. It's kind of funny, the progression, though. I was iridescent wood. Yeah, I thought was the only one that I noticed that it happens with high grit wood. Yeah, it does, man. Sometimes it's just like crazy. Sometimes it's just crazy. You get a really nice piece of wood and you get that iridescence going on. It's just beautiful. It almost looks like a hologram of some kind, you know? It's really, really neat. All right, I think in the cup there, I'm gonna have to go back down in the size. Everything else is looking pretty good, ready for the maker's mark. So I think what I'll do is, for now on this one, I'll call this one done. For now, when I drill the maker's mark hole and glue that thing in, I got a little spot in here. See, it's like a little bit dark in there. See that? Like that liner right there. I don't know why it's like that, but I'm gonna have to go back in there and kind of give it a good sanding and make it look clean, make it pop a little bit, and then I'll throw in that maker's mark. I've got a tiny little bit left of that maker's mark, and I'm hoping that let that one dry. Might be better just to stand them up. Thinking about it now. All right, so I think we'll get working on this white one. I'm kind of curious to see how this one's gonna look like once it's all sanded up and cleaned up. I think it might look pretty damn good. It's quite a bit thinner too than the other one. No one talks about that part of sanding wood. I love it. Oh man, I know. Tell me about it, dude. When you can really get it shiny like that, and you just put that thing in the sun and you hit it with that first coating of oil or whatever it is you're coating it with, it just comes alive, man. That wood just pops in your eyeballs. It's so fucking nice. I think anybody that does a lot of woodwork has got something that experiences that, and kind of enjoys that part of it. Watching that wood come alive when you're sanding and doing all that work. I have a couple of builds that are about 99% finished. They have some really curly figure in them. Oh, sweet. Let's get that thing going for the fork tips. I think it'll work out better that way. Yeah, so until that season comes out for The Witcher, I'm gonna have to find something that's gonna keep me occupied in between. We just finished up. I just finished up Shrinking, I think it's called. It's pretty good with Harrison Ford. I was kind of hoping that there would be another season of Landman coming out, because I really liked that show too. That was really damn good. I was hoping to see some Landman, or maybe another one of those what's his name? Taylor Sheridan. He had that 1923, 8 or 1920 or whatever it was. Yeah. I heard they got like a 1944 coming out or something like that. So I'm looking forward to watching that. Yeah, we're gonna have to get that 400 going on this. This is not cutting it. Not cutting it at all. Where'd the 400 go? What do we got here? 600? What's 400? Elbow's so greasy they can oil off the wood. Resident Alien is a pretty funny show on Netflix. I never even heard of it. My cousin is in Resident Alien. He's the annoying repairman that goes on the end about film photography. Oh. Oh yeah, there we go. That guy's got to be pretty close to dry now, or probably is dry. I don't know how much battery I have here today. America is a great country. I agree. I used to spend a lot of time in America. I have a trailer in New York State. We used to go down there every single weekend. Back in the 80s and early 90s. It was a lot of fun. There's a bunch of years we just went back and forth and hung out there and had some fun. And we were right along Lake Champlain, so I used to go and play in the lake, catch fish, and with my bare hands. Yeah, turtles and minnows and all kinds of stuff, man. I had so much fun over there. But some guys bought the property, and I guess their goal was to I guess develop it. But the last time we were down there, which was I can't even remember. Anyway, my dad was telling me that it's still just a big scrubby mess. They've never done anything with it, but they made it so expensive for the people who were at the park there. They bought the park. They made it so expensive that everybody ended up leaving just to get rid of them. They raised the price like crazy. Everyone split, and then the park closed, and they just shut it down with the property. I guess at some point they're going to wait until property values really, really go up, and then sell it to a developer to make homes, or develop it themselves. Who knows what their plan is with the property? But it just sucked because it was such a nice spot out in Rose's Point. Let's see how that feels so far. Okay, that's not the finger side. That's the other side. But yeah, that feels pretty good. Got to take that one down a little bit, soften her up a little. I kind of like the sharp, squared off front. Kind of feels really, really good. Should probably change out water. It'll be a little bit more forgiving on the white G10. Yeah. I'll tell you what, that 400 grit sandpaper makes some pretty quick work of this G10 and the aluminum too. Actually, it's a good sandpaper. I could probably hit it with maybe with like 320 even would make it speed up the process just a little bit. 320, then go to 600. Your passion for slingshots in the early days is still with you even after many years. I haven't really been shooting all that long though, bro. I only started in 2018. But the passion is strong, my friend. The passion is strong. Probably my favorite thing to do. That, camping and fishing. Fucking love it. Slingshots, camping, and fishing. Definitely the way to go. You know, I was kind of thinking, you know, with all the shit that's going on in today's world, you know, everyone's so divided and about everything. You know, like if you're on one side, you're gonna follow everything that one side does. If you're on the other side, you're gonna follow everything the other side does, and it's almost like at some point, it's either gonna be the people are gonna have to wake up and everyone's gonna get on the same page, or it's gonna wind up being a bunch of countries that are gonna be separating from each other, and you're gonna be like, you know, this is like Canada 1 and Canada 2. You got the conservative Canada and you've got the liberal Canada, and it's just crazy. It almost seems like that's the only option at this point because so many people have picked their sides on what they want or how they want the world to behave, and everyone's got to do what they want to do, and it's just bad shit. How can I buy the Slingshot? When they're all done and ready, I usually post them on Facebook, letting people know that they're there, or I raffle them off on my YouTube channel. That's basically how that works. Me picking up a Slingshot like 4.5 years was the best thing I've done. I love everything about the sport. Yeah, you know what, man? And it's actually something that's really crucial for me. You know, when you have a high stress job, and you're kind of doing your shit, and you're stressed out all the time, and you know things are rough. You know where I'm at. This is pretty much the only place where I get some peace these days, unfortunately. You know, and you just want to shut your brain off, and you get outside, put your toe on that line, and you start shooting your slingshot. It's like the only way I can kind of tune out all the bullshit that goes on, and it's kind of nice. It's my happy place. And that's why when I got people that pop into my live and they say things like, are you gonna shoot birds with that? You know, like you fucking asshat, go fuck yourself, for one. And two, all these people that are making these complaints that are always worrying about their fucking personal mental health and shit like this. It's like, fuck, you don't realize that the majority of people that are in these sports or that are messing around with this use this as their way to unwind from all the bullshit that these purple-haired fucking earrings in the face fucking people bring all their shit with you. And I just much prefer the calmness and the peaceness of it, being able to kind of go through my shot sequence and block out all the bullshit. It's really something that's probably saved me from fucking snapping. For hunting pigeon with 6.5 millimeter steel, I don't know, man. I don't think I would hunt. I don't think I'd ever hunt anything with a steel that small. I think for birds like pigeon, I think probably the smallest I would go for is 8 millimeter steel. That's what I would use. It's like meditation, 100%. That one look there. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Smooth. Yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there for sure. Fuck, I don't know, man. You know what? I'm thinking I might even keep that red one. I might keep that red one and just shoot it tomorrow on my live. When I don't go out and shoot or fish, I know. I'm telling you, man. It's crazy. That's why, you know, like a lot of times I'll head out ice fishing on the weekends in wintertime. I head out, do a little bit of ice fishing, and after a day of just sitting out there, you're kind of doing something hard because it's not easy to make your way out onto the ice and, you know, get everything set up and all that stuff. It's definitely work, but when you're done a day like that and you come back home, you're just like, you just sit down and you just feel so fucking good, just soaking up the fresh air from outside all day long, getting some sun in. It's man, it's definitely something else. Like I call it vitamin N. You're getting a little nature into you, and it really helps. And the shooting is just freaking badass. So this year, with my new gear, I've got a new auger, a new tent, a new sled. It's going to hold all my gear, and I've managed to reduce my overall weight down by about 22 pounds. So that's a big difference. That's a big difference. So I'm very looking forward to getting out on the ice this year. I'll be able to travel around a little bit easier as my load has gotten lighter, and I've got more room. I'll be able to bring a big chair with me now, so I can actually, instead of just sitting on a bucket, I can actually sit down on something comfortable like a camping chair, a foldable camping chair. All right, that's looking pretty good. We're definitely going to jump up the sandpaper though. We're going to get that 1,000 on there now. The 400 has done its job, and I think we could just skip the 600 because I've been sanding the 400 down to almost 1,000 grit. It's There we go. Let's put this one aside for now. How's that inside looking? Oh no, we're gonna do 1,000 first. Where'd my 1,000 go? That's the 400. That's 1,000. So like yeah, they're making, yeah. Well, imagine I had a gas auger before, which was it was a Rapala gas powered auger. It's a big one. It's 63 cc's. I mean, it's pretty much got a scooter engine on the fucking thing, but it was as good as it is, and as well as it drills. I've had the thing for 8 years, and all the gas hoses and everything on there were just kind of causing issues. A lot of them have gotten brittle and fallen apart and broken, and all that. So I was gonna buy a kit to repair it, and then started talking to the guy from Eskimo, because Eskimo makes the Rapala ones, and it turns out that the whole kit for me to rebuild the whole engine and everything like that, with all the rubber bits and everything, it's gonna be like $100 and something. And I'm kind of like, fuck, man, $100 and something for something that's 8 years old. You know, maybe it's time to to shelf it, call it done. You know, retire that one, and I picked up an electric one. So I'm not gonna throw away the other one yet. I'm gonna get out and test the electric one first, and if the electric one works as good as I think it will, as long as I'm able to drill like 20-25 holes with them out of a charge, I'll be more than fine. And then I can basically, if that works out, then I'll just toss out that old one, call it done, toss it out, or maybe even, I don't know if I'll rebuild it and sell it, but I don't think I could rebuild it and make it worth selling. What I may do is just put it up for like $50 or something, and then it runs, but it needs some work, and get rid of it for like $50 and have the new owner spend that extra money to repair it. It's definitely cheaper than buying a brand new one. They're quite expensive. What's a good brand of rubber that is most accurate? Well, the accuracy pretty much comes from the shooter. There is lots of good elastic that's out there, though. Just to name a few: Omega Slings, Simple Shot, Precise, GZK. Out of the ones that I've tried, anyway, Gong Chi's very good. Sunki is good. There really isn't that much of a difference between a lot of the newer bands that's out there. I don't find a lot of the ones that I've Falcon's good, AK Velocity's good. All of those are good, but there's really not that many different brands out there that really stand out for the most part. Well, guys, I'm gonna have to wrap this one up. I only got 5% left on my battery, so cheers, guys. Thanks for stopping in and for hanging out with me and keeping me company doing all this sanding. But you guys take care, stay safe, get out of practice, be good to each other. I'll see you again soon. I love you guys. You're freaking awesome. Bye for now.